The Fantastic Four: First Steps is being integrated into the MCU as part of the multiverse saga. Here's everything you need to know about this reboot. As the Marvel Cinematic Universe continues to expand, it creates more opportunities to bring additional Marvel Comics characters to the screen, as well as revitalizing characters whose previous adaptations did not achieve success. The merger between Disney and Fox now allows Marvel to incorporate popular characters from Fox's Marvel movies into the MCU timeline, including the Fantastic Four. The Fantastic Four had their first film adaptation in 1994, which became infamous because it was never released. Their proper big-screen debut didn't occur until 2005. The team was rebooted in 2015 in a movie simply titled Fantastic Four, directed by Josh Trank. Unfortunately, this film was a massive critical and commercial failure. However, the Fantastic Four are getting another chance as part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe's Phase 6 slate. Here's what is currently known about the upcoming MCU reboot of the Fantastic Four. The Fantastic Four: First Steps latest news. Disney has officially released the synopsis for the Fantastic Four: First Steps, confirming several speculations. One notable detail is that the film will take place in an alternate universe, featuring a 1960s-inspired, retrofuturistic setting. The synopsis also hints at an even larger storyline to come, possibly setting up Avengers: Doomsday. The full synopsis states that, set against the vibrant backdrop of a 1960s-inspired, retrofuturistic world, Marvel Studios' The Fantastic Four: First Steps introduces Marvel's first family: Reed Richards Mr. Fantastic, Pedro Pascal, Sue Storm Invisible Woman, Vanessa Kirby, Johnny Storm Human Torch, Joseph Quinn, and Ben Grimm the Thing, Ebon Moss-Backrack, as they face their most daunting challenge yet. Forced to balance their roles as heroes with the strength of their family bond, they must defend Earth from a ravenous space god called Galactus, Ralph Ineson, and his enigmatic herald, Silver Surfer, Julia Garner. And if Galactus' plan to devour the entire planet and everyone on it weren't bad enough, it suddenly gets very personal. During the Marvel 2024 San Diego Comic-Con panel, a teaser for the Fantastic Four: First Steps was presented. The footage featured Reed Richards addressing a classroom about science, while the Thing appeared on a dating show. This suggests that the movie will explore the heroes' lives after their origin story and subsequent transformations. Additionally, the teaser offered a first glimpse of the MCU's version of Galactus, though only his eyes were visible as he peered into a building through a window. The Fantastic Four: First Steps release date. The release date for the Fantastic Four movie is set for July 25, 2025, placing it in the middle of the multiverse saga. This announcement comes 6 years after the initial confirmation of the MCU film. The Fantastic Four were first announced to join the MCU in 2019 during Marvel's panel at San Diego Comic-Con. In December 2020, Jon Watts was announced as the director. However, in April 2022, he stepped down to take a break from directing superhero films after leading the MCU's Spider-Man trilogy. During the 2022 D23 event, Matt Shakman was announced as the new director of the Fantastic Four: First Steps. Why the Fantastic Four debut is in Marvel's Phase 6. Most of the MCU's Phase 5 and parts of Phase 6 have undergone various changes due to production delays, narrative restructures, and the WGA and SAG-AFTRA strikes. However, one aspect that remains unchanged is that the Fantastic Four: First Steps will kick off Phase 6 of the MCU. While it might seem like a late introduction for such a popular team, it fits well within the broader narrative of the MCU. The Fantastic Four: First Steps will not cover the team's origin story. Instead, it will present them as an already established team. They are expected to play a significant role in the multiverse, potentially leading into Avengers: Doomsday or Avengers: Secret Wars. Therefore, it's fitting that their film marks the beginning of the conclusion of the multiverse saga. The Fantastic Four: First Steps cast. The Fantastic Four cast so far consists of Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards, aka Mr. Fantastic, Vanessa Kirby as Sue Storm, aka Invisible Woman, Joseph Quinn as Johnny Storm, aka the Human Torch, Ebon Moss-Backrack as Ben Grimm, aka The Thing, Julia Garner as the Silver Surfer, Ralph Ineson as Galactus, Paul Walter Hauser, undisclosed, John Malkovich, undisclosed, and Natasha Lyonne, undisclosed. On February 14, 2024, Marvel confirmed the main cast for its upcoming Fantastic Four movie on X. The post included the caption, "Pedro Pascal, Vanessa Kirby, Ebon Moss-Backrack, and Joseph Quinn are the Fantastic Four." The accompanying image reveals that Pedro Pascal will portray Reed Richards, Vanessa Kirby will play Sue Storm, Joseph Quinn will take on the role of Johnny Storm, and Ebon Moss-Backrack will portray Ben Grimm. These casting confirmations are sure to delight audiences, as each of these actors has been a popular choice among fans for these roles. On March 3, 2024, it was announced that Shia LaBeouf will be the Silver Surfer in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, rather than Norrin Radd, who is traditionally known as the Silver Surfer in the comics. Alongside this news, it was confirmed that Julia Garner will portray Shia LaBeouf. This casting decision seems well-founded, given her strong performances in series like Ozark. Notably, this is not Garner's first role in a comic book film. She previously appeared in Sin City, A Dame to Kill For as Marcy. On May 2, it was announced that Paul Walter Hauser will play a previously undisclosed role in the Fantastic Four, First Steps. Then, on May 9, John Malkovich and Ralph Ineson were also confirmed for the project. While Malkovich's role remains a mystery, Ineson will portray the iconic Fantastic Four villain, Galactus. The latest addition to the cast is Natasha Lyonne, but she also has an undisclosed role and is not yet associated with any specific character. The Fantastic Four, First Steps story predictions. Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige confirmed that the movie is set in a historical context during June 2024 on the official Marvel podcast. He also addressed the theory that the film takes place in an alternate universe. He stated that, Yes, very much so. It is a period. There were a lot of smart people who noticed that cityscape didn't look exactly like the New York that we know, or the New York that existed in the 60s in our world. And those are smart observations, I'll say. This explains the absence of Marvel's first family in the rest of the MCU. The way the Fantastic Four is positioned leading into the next Avengers event suggests that they may be brought to the present through a multiverse plot. Regardless, a retrofuturistic vibe inspired by the 1960s will create a unique atmosphere for the upcoming MCU movie. According to the synopsis, the main conflict in the Fantastic Four, First Steps will center around Galactus attempting to consume Earth, with the Silver Surfer serving as one of his heralds. Galactus is a colossal cosmic entity who could potentially become a significant antagonist in the MCU in the future, indicating that his storyline might extend beyond the Fantastic Four, First Steps. The concluding part of the synopsis, which mentions that things get very personal, suggests that Doctor Doom could make an appearance due to his long-standing rivalry and history with Mr. Fantastic. With Avengers, Doomsday on the horizon, it seems increasingly likely that the many rumors and theories about the Fantastic Four, First Steps introducing the MCU's version of Doctor Doom could become a reality. This would allow the Fantastic Four to encounter their comic book nemesis in their debut within the cinematic universe. Director Matt Shakman mentioned in an interview with Collider, "I have heard about it for a while, and I had to keep that secret for a while." This suggests that Robert Downey Jr.'s Doctor Doom may play a role in some capacity in the Fantastic Four, First Steps. Additionally, the film storyline could set the stage for Avengers, Doomsday, which is set to release less than a year later. With the Fantastic Four confirmed to appear in Avengers, Doomsday and Avengers, Secret Wars, it seems logical to introduce the conflict between this heroic group and the villain early in their stories. This approach could help the MCU establish a dynamic that will be crucial for the future of the multiverse saga. Since Doctor Doom hasn't had the same amount of time to be established as an antagonist due to the shift from Avengers, the Kang Dynasty to Avengers, Doomsday, which previously focused on Kang as part of the multiverse saga, this approach allows for a central narrative to emerge around key characters. Having the Fantastic Four, First Steps illustrate the extent of Doctor Doom's threat would effectively position him as a formidable villain in a shorter time frame. Furthermore, a confrontation between Pedro Pascal's Mr. Fantastic and Robert Downey Jr.'s Doctor Doom holds significant star power that could attract fans.